Hello everybody, Jam here, and welcome back for the final race in round 3 of the Touring Car Championship, which does feature a reverse grid. You can see the pole sitter there not exactly getting off the line. Tom would be starting in roughly in the middle of the pack after his 6th place finish, and once again getting a trademark phenomenal start thanks to the rear-wheel drive system in this BMW compared to all the front-wheel drive cars around him. And straight away up into the first chicane, he's running in 3rd place. I mean, you just can't do much better than that, can you? Once again, we seem to be surrounded by the Audi brigade. There's 2 in front. We've got a dark-coloured one, which I don't recall seeing in the last race. The yellow one that was fighting with Tom at one point. One of the Autobacks cars. I have gone and looked up their team name. I think I might have mentioned it in the last episode, which is the black with white and orange. And you're going to want to keep an eye on them in this video. My start was much similar to Tom's, really. Starting on the back row, of course, after I finished 2nd in the previous race. And I got a good start and just seemed to drive up the inside of everybody. You can see the BMW that's currently in front of me was the pole sitter that got off to such a bad start. There's the other Autobacks car, which is why I mentioned that you should probably take note of them. As you can see, I'm on the outside and getting past him around the first chicane. And then in front of me is his teammate. Now, the car that is currently in front of me, we haven't really seen much of in this episode. But the car directly behind me, the number 34, I believe, if I'm seeing that correctly, is the car that I was stuck behind for almost the entirety of race 1. So we've seen him quite a lot so far this round. Thank God I'm in front of him now. However, he was showing to be the quicker of the 2 Autobacks cars, based on the results of the previous couple of races and on how this race seemed to be going. His teammate was in front of me though, so obviously some team games were certainly probably going on. Tom's also somewhat in the mix here. You can see him just up in front, but he wasn't really close enough back to really get involved. I go for a move up the inside into the fast kink, and hopefully I can get it stopped into the chicane. The number 35 just runs a little bit deep, makes a bit of contact with me, forces me up over the curb. And while I do manage to maintain the position ahead of him that I managed to gain up the inside of turn 1, his teammate managed to jump both of us. Which, yeah, so the number 34 car is now back in front of me, where he's been for quite a lot of this round. You can see I tried to get up the inside through that long right-hander, but on the exit he has pulled clear ahead. And well, we've been in this situation before, haven't we? A very long and arduous race 1. We've gradually closed the gap down, went for an overtake, it didn't work, gap grew again, and had to try and close it down again. And yeah, let's just say I'm quite used to staring at the back of this particular car, but hopefully now, with the pair of us clearing his seemingly slower teammate, we might be able to chase off after Tom, who is currently holding on to 3rd place, obviously the final podium position. Immediately after, the next lap or so, after that overtake happened, I think we're only 1 or 2 laps later coming around to start the next lap, not much had really happened, and I actually ran wide and tagged the gravel, which isn't helpful. Fortunately, the car behind me did the same. Unfortunate for the number 35 Autobacks car, but fortunately again for me, it didn't really seem to matter too much. I didn't lose a position, thankfully. It's all that really matters. Whereas unfortunately for the Autobacks car, he's dropped. I can't even see him in the back of that shot there, so maybe at least 3. Let's hopefully we might be able to tell through this next camera angle, which will show us. Obviously he was right behind me. We got an Audi, a Cruise, another Cruise, and yeah, then the other Autobacks Audi. So very unfortunate. It's one of those where if the car runs off in front of you, like I did, it's quite likely that he was just sort of following my line and ended up making the same mistake. Not really the type of thing you see happen a massive amount in real life, but from my experience doing a lot of sort of online racing, it happens quite a lot to me, especially. So it's just one of those really rather unfortunate incidents. Now, we haven't actually had a cut here while I've been waffling on about that incident, and despite the number 30, I've forgotten already. number 34, there we go, thank you camera shot. Despite the number 34 not getting caught up in the gravel and gaining a fair-sized gap due to that incident, I have managed to close up again rather quickly, and I closed up very quickly in that braking zone, rather caught out by the braking point of the Audi, and did run into him. Fortunately, it was only one of those minor touring car bumps, and no real effect came of it. But around the last couple of corners, if I can get a good exit here, I do seem to be nice and close, so hopefully, maybe, I might be able to go for a move into sort of turn 1 or the turn 2, 3 chicane. Although we do know that getting a good exit isn't easy in comparison to the Audi, because that Audi does get such good drive out of the corners. I'm on the outside here and alongside, maybe the nose is even ahead going into the double right-hander. But yeah, one of the Audis went the long way round there in the last episode, didn't they, on Tom? I didn't obviously know that at the time. I watched the replays back after doing all 3 races, but yeah, it's not something I was able to replicate, that Audi just having that slightly superior grip. Like I mentioned at, I think at a point during episode 2 or the race 2 of this round, the Audi and the BMW, especially the tune on that specific Autobacks car, we seem to gain our lap time in very, very different ways. That Audi is all about the how can I explain it and in a way that actually makes sense. I've already mentioned a few times, it gets a very good drive out of the corners, so in the acceleration zones I'm really got my work cut out to get a good exit from the corners, whereas the BMW is all about the corner entry, flying hard in and maybe not getting such a good exit. But then it has got good top end speed, as we're seeing again here, managing to pull alongside into the chicane. Once again I'm forced over the curbing, and forcing the Audi over the curbing on the exit as well. That was very tight, very, very tight indeed, but I couldn't quite get the move done. I think I'm rubbing his bumper there again in the run down to the very long right-hander. I was going to say corner number whatever it is, but off the top of my head I'm not 100% sure. I think it might be corner 4, but I mean, some tracks have ridiculously weird cornering systems, I think. Yeah. Anyway, that's another tangent I'm trying not to go off on. Yes, let's see if I can stay on topic today. The race 1 and 2 winner was now closing in on our fight, and I'm once again looking towards the outside at this part of the track, and once again, I mean, it's just not going to work particularly. Not for me, not against this particular opposition. Maybe it's something to do with the car or the tune or the drivers, whatever, but you know, it's only half a chance, and I've now got to start worrying about defending as well as attacking, which is quite frankly the last thing I wanted. Something else that I think I might mention is at points I was going for half moves, like some of the attempts around the outside or whatever. I was just trying to attack, even if I didn't have a full-on chance of getting past. With Tom being the next car up the road, I just thought if I can slow us both down, Tom will have a bigger gap and he'll be safer on the podium. I was playing the team game. I knew that we were both, myself and the Autobacks car that is, likely to have more pace than Tom based on the results of the previous few races. So I was hoping that we weren't going to be closing in and drag him into this fight. So I just wanted to prolong that as much as possible and really give Tom the best chance at getting another podium in a reverse race like he did last week at Brands Hatch. Yeah, this round is actually going remarkably similar. I got podiums in the first 2 races last week and then struggled in the reverse grid race while Tom got a podium. Actually, did he get a podium? Or it might have been 4th place. Oh, why can't I remember? I think Tom got a podium. I'm not 100% sure now. Yeah, but okay, at the very least, for myself, this round is turning out slightly similar, although I do seem to be doing better in the reverse grid race. Obviously, I'm here fighting for and currently defending 5th position, whereas last week I did really struggle fighting around the other cars lower down the grid, and I finished up, and I obviously made that mistake at the last corner as well. Anyway, let's stop talking about last round. You've seen those videos already. And try and focus again on the current battle that we're watching. The Audi's got a little bit of a lead on me at this point. We know I've got a superior top end speed, so I will close in a little bit down this back straight, but it's not going to close me right up to the back of him. And I do have not 1 but 2 cars now very close behind me as I get a bump from the race 1 and 2 winner. I think he backed off slightly so he didn't overtake me due to it. But that really has rather hindered him. The white Chevy's now up the inside of him, around the long right-hand corner. Is he going to hold that position? I can't actually tell in the background. I think he has. Yeah, he has. So a swap in positions for the two Chevys for position 6. Hopefully that can benefit me, because we'd expect the race 1 winner to have the superior speed, so he might be attacking. Now, I've put in that little clip there, me driving through a lagged out car, because the lagged out car was running in 2nd position when he lagged out. So Tom's now been promoted up to 2nd in this race, and this fight between myself and the number 34 Audi is for the final spot on the podium. So if I can get past on this final lap, it will be a double Pertec podium. But I've been trying all race to get past, and I haven't had any luck yet. I tried for most of the first race, or at least I had a couple of chances in the first race, and I couldn't then. And unfortunately, it's not going to change. Number 34 Automax car defended very, very well throughout the entire round. I think Tom had a good battle with him in race 2 as well. Yeah, an absolutely fantastic race and a really enjoyable round across all 3 races, and that would be the results of that race, with Tom holding on to 2nd. He dropped his pace off a little bit after the 2nd place car lagged out, because he didn't really have anything to fight for at that point, and did drop back towards 3rd and 4th place. But you know, it's the position that you cross the line in that counts. It doesn't matter about the gaps. So 2nd and 4th for us in that final race. And a very good round for the pair of us has moved us both up the overall standings. I'm up into lucky 13th position, while Tom moves up to 16th. And in the teams, we again move up 1 position into 6th, obviously from 7th. So that is it for this video and for this round. I will catch you again for round 3 from Mugello Short soon. There's been a week break between this one and that one, but that will be coming soon. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.